Welcome back to another one. Don't have my signature hat on. Been looking for it, couldn't find it, but regardless of that, you came for me. You didn't come from that. Yeah. You came for me. You didn't come for the hat, right? Creator business insights for creators who wants to start their businesses or businesses who want to be creators in this creator game or content game that we're in. People want to see people on YouTube. People live on their phones. People live on Instagram, YouTube, on these social platforms. Even when you're in conversations with people, most of the time they're looking at the phone whilst talking to you. Multitasking. They prioritize, or we as people, we prioritize being on a social platform more than having outside relationships. You can see the stats. People are deciding to be celibate, incels, involuntary celibate, incels, celibate people, streams, lives, and all of those things. People prefer to text and comment rather than talk to face stuff. So as a business owner or a creator wants to do this business thing and want to sell whatever you want to sell, here is the place where I share my insights, where I'm at this current stage and stuff. So I've been posting on Instagram 3 times a day, averaging 100 views. I used to think that that's quality, but I feel like that's the average for each and every Instagram user if you post consistently. So I average like 100 views each post. So if it's 100 3 times a day, that's like 300 views per day, right? Sharing whatever tips that I have or whatever tips that I have, directing them to a certain thing, right? Something that can help people, especially if you are somebody who does this, recording all this long form stuff, recording podcasts, recording YouTube videos, and whatever. You want a way to be on different platforms, having clips on YouTube Shorts, Reels, TikTok, and all of these places. I have a way. I found something that could help, but I'm here sharing my insights. The first thing I want to talk about is the brand thing. Been looking into brand. I feel like a lot of people force this branding, or maybe I used to force it also. You don't be like, yeah, somebody will say, build a personal brand. They're like, oh yeah, let me build my personal brand. My personal brand should be this, that, this, that, this, that, this, that. You have these topics, maybe like, yeah, my personal brand is soccer, this, that, this. Let me focus on that and show people this and nothing else, right? But then your personal brand, it's even in the word personal. You don't show all of your personal stuff. Even Gary Vee says it, that he does not share any of his personal stuff or family or kids or any of that. He shares tips or certain teams he supports or his hobbies maybe, but most of the time he doesn't go too personal, right? Where he lives, like vlogs or whatever, but people follow him still because of his tips and him being relatable and stuff. And then this other Chinese, Korean, or I forgot what ethnicity he is. He has the YouTube channel called The Future without the E. He talks about that the personal brand is one discovering oneself, right? Being on this journey of discovery, posting content, being comfortable with the camera, looking at the camera, speaking, hi guys, this is me, standing out, right? Myron Golden says, if you want to be outstanding, you need to stand out. That's it. A lot of people don't want to stand out. You have to stand out as a person. So with this personal branding, it's not that hard. All you have to do is do what I'm doing now. Shoot a video. I bought a mic. Because I saw that the audio is weird. It's cut. It's not how I want it to be. You know what I mean? And that's the other thing, right? Some people like, yo, I need a mic, I need this, I need that. If you're not already implementing and checking, if you're not implementing and checking whatever, you check whatever you've implemented and see, okay, I can improve here and here. Then all you're doing is thinking. It's like, yeah, I need a light, I need CapCut, I need to pay for CapCut so I can have these dopamine stuff. You know what I mean? Add these flashy stuff and whatever. Doesn't work. You have to start somewhere. So I bought a mic. Which I can use for my audio, so that my audio is clear. Bought a mic. Somebody said I should focus on the visual and the audio. Everything else, the background, the curtain, the doors, the white door, the table that's on top of the sofa, that doesn't matter. People came to see and listen to me, right? So that's where I'm at now, focusing on that. So I put a mic for my audio, and the only thing I need to focus on is showing who I am and my development. And this can be something that I can look back on and say, this was me, right? This was me starting whatever I starting this journey of this content game and sharing tips and insights about content, right? Content that is not like, where you are dancing and all of this stuff, but content that is based off of sharing tips, hacks, strategies, educational content with a mix of neo CBC or Paul CBC, right? Because something I realized was I was watching Da Man, or somebody was watching Da Man, and I think my brother was watching Da Man. So in Da Man, there's this guy who's a gamer. He's a gamer who started live streaming his games. At first, he was shy. He didn't want to live stream anything. He didn't want to do any of those stuff. He was like, he was hearing or listening to a lot of outside commentary, which was negative. Like, no, you have to be like this in order to be a good streamer. And the people who's giving him advice were people who were not even streamers, until he met a streamer that he liked and told him, nah, just post, keep on posting, right? So most of the time I may say on my Instagram that you need to be consistent. And then you're like, yeah, I need to be consistent. I need to think of ideas. I need to think of this idea. No. Yes, the ideas, yes, you come with the value that you want to give people. But most of the time, like that streamer who's the gamer, going back to him, most of the time when people come to him or watch his stuff because he had 2 views, 13 views, and then thousands, and then kept on increasing and whatever. I don't know if it's a real life thing, but if you're a streamer or a gamer or a podcaster or starting this journey, most of the time a lot of people won't listen to your stuff. It's not that the numbers increase because of the value you give them only. It's not just the value, because they can get the value you're giving them out of a book, newspaper, maybe if they still newspapers, a blog, or whatever. They come to you because they want to hear your insight, your viewpoint, your perspective, right? So in the gaming part, it's not about perspective. GTA 6 or whatever game that comes out. There's this game that came out. Let me search it. They'll search it, and let's say I think it's FaZe Rag or something. GTA 6 review, FaZe Rag. You will not look at the others, but look at his. Because you resonate with him, you relate to him, or you like the way he says certain things. You even took some of his lingo, or like my brother, he does this thing. I won't call it weird, but it looks weird to me, right? In this generation, right? In my generation, when I was young, even though I am, not that old, still in my 20s. When I was young, I used to play outside. The only example I had outside was the guy who maybe had a soccer ball, because I didn't have one, or somebody had a PlayStation and stuff like that, Somebody was good at something, but my world was closed, was limited to my surroundings. So I didn't know any girl who was hot or whatever if she wasn't in my vicinity or my area or wherever I lived. But now in this world, we have TikTok and whatever. You know a lot of people. You know, if you're a consumer, you know a lot of people, but they don't know you. If you're a producer, you know a lot of people and they know you. Or you don't know a lot of people, but they know you. You know, something like that. So you may meet them, your fans, hey, good. Then like, okay, I don't know him, but he watches my stuff. He knows me, I don't know him. If you're a consumer, you know this guy, hey, you know, something like that. So there's this weird thing. That's why I don't like this TikTok challenge dancing thing, right? I mean the educational business stuff. That's what I consume most of the time. Whether it's Dr. Myron Goldin, Brandon Carter, who else? Daniel Priestley, Bishop Wayne Malcolm. If not, I watch some digital marketing stuff. I watch those digital marketing stuff and whatever. So I only deal with the digital marketing thing, right? So there's this weird thing he does where he'll watch a certain amount of certain videos, and after watching those amount of videos, he would reenact what those people were doing, right? Or maybe he'd watch a certain group of people, right? Or he'd watch the royal family and he would reenact what they were doing. So most of the time we'd watch a certain type of person. So most of the time we link with people. We watch people. Yes, the value, yes. But most of the time we want to hear you talk about it, right? If you watch me, maybe you want to hear me talk about certain things. So I'm also on my journey of discovery. You know what I mean? Of building this personal brand in this educational thing. So I'm just coming here as me. The same way as that streamer does, the same way as the educational people do who have their courses and whatever, but most of the time you go there for them and the value they have and you want to be amongst them, you know. You have that feeling of, I must meet this guy, he must know me, you know. Or maybe you comment on their stuff and then they hear you out and then they comment back and then you have that feeling of, now I feel heard, right? Even though you're a consumer. So that's the brand thing, right? It's not something you force. You don't force it. It's once you force it, then it's not personal. It's not you, right? It's not you. It's somebody else, and that's gonna be bad because when somebody meets you, let's say I'm this guy and I tell you, women this, women, you're not a man, a man does this and that, a man has money, a man this, that, a man this, and whatever, you don't walk like this, you don't do this as a man. And once I meet with a fellow fan, because once I post that, YouTube is going to send this to somebody, part of their algorithm, because they want to keep people on their platforms. They want to send it to somebody, and once they send it to somebody, that person's going to be like, Nell said this. Now I like the way Nell said it. Nell is a guy like me. Right? Nell's a guy like me. I like how he said it. And once they meet me, maybe they meet me with my girlfriend. I have a girlfriend. What? They meet me with my wife, right? Married, Christian, right? They meet me with my wife. Once they meet me with my wife or whatever, and I said, I shouldn't get married, whatever. And whatever, hey, as a man, you must do this. And then all of a sudden, I wouldn't do this, right? I'm just saying. I'm there with my wife. We're walking, maybe we're holding hands. I don't know. But let's say I'm doing something that I said I wouldn't do. Right? They'll be like, bro, you said this, but you're not following it. You are acting. For what? For views? For likes? No. Rather act as yourself. If you're that guy who walks around with a girl and not hold her hand, be that guy. Be known for that. And then after some time, once you become the guy who holds hands, you can say, hey, guys, remember when I said that don't hold hands? Now I hold hands. There's a reason. Then people be like, oh, yeah, man, I see the reason. Not you saying I don't hold hands, then you hold hands. Or you say you don't hold hands, then you hold hands, right? It's like You start somewhere. Like me, I don't know nothing about most of the things that are out there regarding business. The other day, I had this guy speak about deals. I'm like, deals? Must I learn about deals? I'm like, no, you still study. Learn what you need to learn and implement it. The deals will figure them out after. I'm just a guy who knows nothing, entering this game, learning about hooks, engagement, building an audience, lead generation, getting people to be interested, marketing, learning sales, and whatever. Right? Repurposing content, being on multiple platforms while people strike one, right? Using the Sam Walton effect. Somebody spoke about this when I think it was Walmart and Target. Target was targeting people in the CBD, Central Business District, where there's a lot of people, where there's a lot of money, where there's a lot of exchange, right? So they were, I think it's Target or some other store, they were placing themselves in these certain places. But then Sam Walton, which with Walmart, he said, you know what, let's not start where people have money, where the money is exchanging. Let's go to rural areas. If not Walmart, like us, it's ShopRite, right? Let's go to rural areas and cater to their needs. Let's go to places where it might seem like we won't get any, like ShopRite and whatever. It was Walmart and some other store, if not Target. Us, this side in South Africa, it was ShopRite and I think Pick n Pay or some other stores. They decided, no, we have nothing in the hood, we are leaving. But ShopRite was like, no, we have something in the hood. They kept on going. And where's ShopRite now? ShopRite is an African thing now. It's everywhere, Nigeria, South Africa. You can find a ShopRite. It's like McDonald's, right? But in the hood. But then Pick n Pay and all these stuff, Pick n Pay is falling apart now. I think now, Pick n Pay, I think they're closing down Pick n Pays now. But the second, the Pick n Pay 2.0, they made it a box. A box is like a ShopRite there. Now they are back in the hood. They realized, this thing of leaving the hood is not working for us. ShopRite was right. But now they hopping on the bandwagon. The train has gained so much momentum. They are trying to hop on, but they can't. So they had to come up with a new name, Boxer. The others tried, Cambridge, all these people. They couldn't outcompete ShopRite because ShopRite knew something that the other people didn't know. So same with you, being on multiple platforms. You everywhere. Pinterest, blogs, somebody's podcast, you everywhere. It's you fulfilling the 7-11-4 thing. Once you have that, then you have nothing to worry about. People know you for who you are, not what you act as. As I said, holding hands, you're not holding hands, but you say you don't hold hands, but you hold hands, and vice versa. But knowing who you are, your development and whatever. We take people like Iman Kazi. He didn't know nothing about business. He just started his agency. Now he sells Big Day and Gaji Eyewear. He never knew in his life he would sell eyewear at any point of his life. In fact, at some point in his life, he would never knew that his agency would be that big. He'd have a following. He would post videos of him exercising, him exercising and gymming. That's what he posted at first, and then he went into agency and stuff like that. He didn't know anything about deals, anything. So it's that documenting thing. Like Brandon Carter also didn't know a lot about business until he started sales, marketing. Then he went into personal training, right? It's that journey, being relatable, like Michael Jordan and all these people. And the world we live in is not like back then. Back then you just hear some guy just popped up out of nowhere and he has everything. This guy's too much. How did you do it, man? Yeah, I did it like this. And he has to explain, maybe write a book. But then the book has things that are, it's detailed, but it's not like journey-like thing. It's not like a journey. But with YouTube now in the world we live in, where we are in the attention economy, you can easily document your life and post it on YouTube as real estate. And then it stays there when somebody comes back. I think Iman Ghazi did it, where he compiled all these videos into one big 2-hour or 5-hour video showing his life from 17 until where he is now. if he had not documented it, he would have been just some guy who made it big in the agency space. And some people be like, I can make it. But some people be like, can I make it? And they'll be asking questions. But now he has videos to show that at a young age he did it and whatever. But when it comes to opportunities, times change. But that saturation thing, I hate it. Right? Another topic for another day. So that's regarding brands. And then something I realized was awareness. Right? With lead generation, I think it's Grant Cardone who said this. It's not about the person who wins is not the person who has the best tool, right? It's not the person who has the best quality tool. It's the person who stands out is the person who gets considered. It's not the person with the quality, but the quantity, right? What I mean is, Vusi Tembagwai speaks about this. He says, not focusing too much on the product. You focus so much on the product, you don't know if your product is wanted. There's no market, right? So you have to go to the market and say, okay, this product do you want it or whatever. But the guy who steps out the most is not the guy who has the quality and has one post, but the guy who's always in people's faces. Everywhere they go on Facebook, he's there. YouTube, he's there. Ads, he's there. Billboards, Pinterest, Snapchat. They be like, okay, this guy is everywhere. The same way Andrew Tate did. He's everywhere, can't help it. Let's just listen to him. So they have no choice to listen to you. It's like Instagram, something I hate about Instagram. Nice platform. On Instagram, they know when they put, if you're a guy, a male, right? Young guy, in the Bible calls it youthful lust. Instagram will recommend you girls, especially girls in tights, bikinis, not modest wearing girls. They know you're going to click and like, right? So every day I'm there, not interested on these girls. And I swipe down and still I see girls. I don't want to see those girls. Maybe a girl giving a tip about business, online stuff. That is okay. But I don't want to see these girls gymming. I don't want to see girls gymming. I clear my search history. I'm like, okay, maybe they're going to give me some Indians or whatever. But still, I see girls. So that's what I call being in your face. Even though you say not interested, in your face. Can't help it. Right? That can work. And the person who's not interested, as like me, can say not interested. But you still be in his face, but he say not interested. So you quickly swipe. But the point is, you want to build that trust, right? Take that, remove the negative, take the wisdom and apply it to your own thing. Take your YouTube, shoot a video like the one I'm shooting now, or podcast or whatever. You cut it into clips, you put it on Facebook, YouTube, this, that. You put it on multiple platforms, LinkedIn, and you just put them there. So it becomes a funnel or the awareness thing. You shoot a YouTube like this. Most of the time when you post long form stuff, the people who watch your long form stuff is mostly people who want to be nurtured, people who are really interested in you. But when it comes to short form, it's just people who are just swiping, Eiffel Tower swiping. They're not on Instagram Reels or TikTok searching for you. They just want to be entertained, right? So there's not aware, problem aware, solution aware, product aware, and then most aware. So they are on the not aware of you. I'm talking about the not aware. We're starting there. So they're not aware of you. So how do you make them aware of you? Short form, in their face, throughout, 3 times a day on different platforms. Wherever they go, they see your face, right? And if they're interested, because you're still delivering value on those short forms, you're taking the wisdom. You're not copying. You're stealing. Take the wisdom. You put it in your stuff. Deliver value. short form, whatever, you do the most, you post. They become aware of you. Now they are problem aware. Hey, yeah, man, I have a problem with this. Yeah, I have a problem with this, that. I have a problem with this. Yeah. I can look into that, right? So the short form gets the not aware and problem aware people, right? So the person is not aware, they swipe it. Then you give them a tip. They're like, hey, who's this guy? Right? Then they might swipe, but they meet you again. Then they become aware. Then it gets also the problem aware. So now you build that problem aware thing, problem aware, and then your short form and whatever. And then in your short form, you direct them to your long form. Your long form can be, rather than it being a reel that is 30 seconds, it can be a reel that is 1 minute and 30 seconds. On TikTok, it can go longer, right? Where you go step by step. Now it's problem and then solution aware. So you problem, solution aware. Problem, solution aware. Problem aware, you're like, yeah, I have a problem. They know they have a problem, right? You know what I mean? They know they are aware of the problem they have. They are aware of the problem they have. And then solution aware is they know they have a problem, they're just not aware of a certain solution. They want a type of solution. Maybe the solution they want is you, right? So once they've seen your content, they see what kind of problems you solve. And now you give them the solution. You can do that via the short form, what do you call it? Brackets long, or you take them to your YouTube or newsletter. If they want to read newsletter, the best thing is YouTube. Video is the way people they say people grasp a lot of information with video rather than writing. If you want to write, you can still write. I'm not against writing, do that newsletter. But the best, YouTube. You take them to YouTube, 10-minute videos, 10 minute to 20, 30, whatever. And then the longest ones are where you go in detail, where it's a course or step by steps. But those 10 minutes are just five different platforms. This, the YouTube stuff, right? So they become solution aware. And now in your YouTube, they are solution aware and product aware, right? They are aware of the solution that you have now. Now you make them aware of the product. Guys, if you want to get this, do this. If you want to repurpose content, comment down below or click the link in the description. Then they go to your sales letter. Now, something Iman Gadzhi says, right? On YouTube, like any other platform, they want people to stay on the platform. So if your videos are the reason why people stay, they're going to recommend it to people. So on YouTube, your sales letter, do not put it on a landing page. You can if you want to. Put your video sales letter on YouTube, right? If you put it on YouTube, it signals to YouTube, this guy wants people to stay on our platform. We're going to recommend it to people, right? This is just stats and facts, right? Something I've been thinking about. And once people land on that, they go through a video sales letter on YouTube. And those are the people you want. Because all of this is just nurturing and filtering all the people that you want, right? From the short form, you don't want to okay. Something I've seen is, you can do short form and whatever. But when it comes to high ticket stuff, because it works for low ticket, high ticket, I don't think it can work. I think it can work, but it needs nurturing, right? Google said it's 7-11 for, not me. 7-11 for. So you nurture them. So that YouTube, once you know that you have subscribers and whatever, because YouTube is a search-based platform. You don't go on YouTube. Okay, sometimes you may go and scroll and see a certain video. But most of the time you search how to do this in this, how to do this in that. So on YouTube you search on these short form stuff. You don't search, you just want to get distracted, right? YouTube is intentional. The others are just distractions. So when people are intentional on your stuff, you keep them on YouTube with your video sales letter. That's what Iman Gadzhi did, and he has stuff about that. And then with your video sales letter, they can easily go to your sales page because they've already watched your video sales letter. They get their you get their email. After getting your email, then you're in that realm now. But that's just the content part on how to funnel it all into the place you want it to go to, rather than taking them different places based off awareness, right? So you not aware, problem aware, solution aware, product aware, most aware. When they are most aware is when they click on your stuff and they go to the video sales letter and you collect their email. Now in their email, you make them solution aware and most aware. Now you have the email, you can sell anything to them. Free stuff or whatever offer you have. If they didn't buy, or if they did buy, you have something. Hey, I released a video, don't you want to watch it? I have a newsletter, I have this, I have that, I have this. You have a community, a membership, people who follow. So that's the structure I'm trying to implement now. That structure of the short form, it be clips everywhere, and then funnel to YouTube, and then YouTube sales letter, whatever thing I'm promoting, right? Yeah, man. Hey, building a brand and awareness. Without lead generation, if you have nobody to sell to, then your business it's not going anywhere. It's just a hobby. So create a business insights with Nelson BC. Forgot my cap, as I said. Signature cap. Now I gotta see my bald head. But it's fine. We live and we learn. May we continue to grow by the grace of God, by His will and His mercy. Continue on this journey, gaining truth and knowledge and implementing, living a life of being creative and not just being idle, and growing as people. I'll check y'all later.